feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Well, we just finished up the Shrimp Tank Boston with our amazing guests today, Rebecca and Tim, where they talked about their innovative company. It's called FirstMatrix, and it was really interesting as a disruptor in the industry and some of the things that they're doing in the healthcare space. So we thought it was great. What would our listeners glean from your information today, and how the Shrimp Tank went for you?
Yeah, Shrimp Tank went great. It was. Thank you very much, you guys, for hosting this. This was terrific, for inviting us. We really appreciate the conversation, the discussion, because it's a really important topic of how are we going to get our healthcare in the future? How are we going to address the fact that 68 million Americans don't have access to care? And how are we going to empower nurses?
Yeah, no, I think, Chris and Mark, this has been a really exciting opportunity, and I think that when you're dealing with a company in healthcare, there's so many uncertainties, there's so many things that don't have your ability to control. So operating in a space to remove a lot of those barriers, figure out how we're going to do that differently, but also look at healthcare through a different lens and deliver that to the vast population, and being able to explain that with you and then engage was very, very powerful. So thank you.
I love the path that, to go from a rocket scientist into healthcare. I mean, and a serial entrepreneur, there's always kind of a yin and a yang going on with you in the space.
There is. I'll add in there that as a global management consultant for strategy and technology, really kind of pulling together a lot of experience in the last 25 years to actually figure out what the problem is, and then really understand the strategy and the technology and the organizational structure. And then finally, what are the people we need to help us lead through this innovation process, which means like Rebecca and the board and my management team, and identifying, creating that team. You asked one of the things from an entrepreneurial, one of the things most important is finding that right team, finding the chemistry, the talent.
And you also mentioned the passion, which was
the
very
passion.
important.
So that's taken us taken a while to get there. But that's there's a lot of tea leaves along the way.
Speaking of a while to get there, what it was 5 years, how different does the company look from today?
Yeah, so the team sometimes talks about where we're going to be in even 3 years.
Right.
With thousands of nurses on our platform and so on. We want to be, for instance,
you got some impatient board members?
A little bit, where we're going to be and how big we're going to be. And I go, we're just going to focus on today and tomorrow. We've got a plan, we've got a roadmap, and we just have a lot of really discrete and tactical work, tackle and blocking kind of stuff to do. And what we hope to be able to say is something to the effect, we want to see the first nurse-led practice for an ACO, an accountable care organization. We want to see 100,000 nurses using our platform and delivering care for a better work-life balance. We want to see 1 billion patients delivered care in 5 to 10 years using our platform.
Chris, I think our listeners would be really impressed with the entrepreneurial spirit that these folks are out there being disruptors and the industry that they're in. There's so much here in terms of the podcast information that both of you folks delivered to us.
And doing it in Boston.
Doing it in Boston.
We're starting to consider really a
Right,
healthcare hub.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
So, folks, just want to remind, how can our listeners get in touch with you? What's the best way to find you?
Yeah, the email is the best way, Simard, SIMARD, at FirstMatrixHealth.com, and rlove@FirstMatrixHealth.com.
Great. Thank you both for
Thank
being
you.
on our show
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Thank you, guys.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp